Hello, everyone. We are back for a new season of Steve Does Learned League. This is Learned League 68, Match Day 1. We are going to be playing for real this time. I've been placed in A Continental. My Wandering Ronin status has landed me there. A lot of people from like Jeopardy and some other places that I might recognize people from in that A rundle, so that'll be fun. And also I'm in a private rundle, so you'll get to see some of the people that I roll with in trivia circles and what we are doing to each other this season in Rundle Mania is the name of our private rundle. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get right to it. So first things first, go ahead and log in. I'm going to be assigning defense to 2 different people this season, and I'm going to be assigning defense to real people, so that should be an improvement. Here is Match Day 1. We'll look at the defense stuff later. All right. First, what is the common name of the singing game in nursery rhyme that begins with an agricultural worker taking a bride, involves a cow, dog, and cat, and often ends with cheese standing alone? Okay, well, that's certainly The Farmer in the Dell. This is a funny one. This is very easy. I would think this is, sort of going to be in the 90% range, although part of that would be, do they know this in Britain, or is it more of an American thing, which I don't know the answer to? And I would suspect that anyone from, Finland who plays Learned League would be likely to have no idea whatsoever. I don't know, though. I don't know the currency of nursery rhymes. I don't know if you learn that stuff, like if you're learning English as a kid in another country or something like that. I just really don't know. I will say this. This is not part of the trivia canon because it's kid stuff. So if I'm playing against someone who's pretty good, and there was a question like, who painted Guernica? Or who wrote The Sun Also Rises? I would probably be more likely to put a point on this than on that, because everybody who's going to be in an A rundle is going to know Picasso or like that, for example. So we'll keep a lookout to see if there's a question that's more canonical than this, but this is very likely going to get the 0. Question 2. Although the dish's name means literally covered with bread, short crust pastry is more often used to prepare what savory treat of Spain and Latin America? Okay. Bread in Spanish is pan, P-A-N. Covered in bread. Okay, so this is going to be empanada, which, and breaded, I guess, is what that sort of means. And yeah, savory. For a minute, savory made me, for some reason, kicked me in the opposite direction, and I was trying to think of desserts, but that's not what they want. They want empanada, I'm fairly sure. Certainly that is a savory treat, and you don't make, it's not literally bread, it's usually pastry, so that does make sense. Empanadas, yummy, yummy. Zip2, Solar City, PayPal, and SpaceX, okay, well, I do know those, are among a small set of companies that share a distinction most particularly with what automaker? Okay, well, okay, these are all, PayPal and SpaceX, both quite famously, are both owned or largely owned by Elon Musk, the fun entrepreneur and sort of futurist. And the automaker that he owns is Tesla. They make electric cars. And yeah, I think that's pretty famous. I definitely know that my private rundle opponent's going to know that cold. I assume that most people kind of know that at this point. Elon Musk has gotten around a lot in the last couple of years, and is a popular figure. So anyway, question 4. In what film does criminal mastermind Vincent Ludwig plan to assassinate Queen Elizabeth II while she attends a baseball game between the California Angels and Seattle Mariners at Anaheim Stadium, which looks suspiciously like Dodger Stadium? Okay. I know that the assassination of Queen Elizabeth at a baseball game, and there's an umpire scene where Frank Drebin is the umpire. This is Naked Gun, and I guess it's the first Naked Gun, so I'm just going to go with the Naked Gun. Here's the thing. This could be Naked Gun 2, and the only reason I say that is like I think I was about like I think Naked Gun came out in '89 or something like that. Naked Gun 2 came out in a couple years later. I was like 8 when the first one came out. I was 10 when the second one came out. So the point where I was even allowed to watch this stuff, 12 years old, whatever, or would have cared about it. They had both already come out, so it would have been likely to watch one or the other. Like you're a kid, you're not, this idea of like the Naked Gun's good and Naked Gun 2 stinks isn't really part of your, culture currency. So I have no idea. Much the same way as like I bet that someone who's like 20 or even 24 would have a hard time remembering what happened in Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura 2, whereas I definitely remember because I saw them both, at the time they came out, and you definitely know the difference. So if this is Naked Gun 2, I apologize for not knowing that. I feel like the Naked Gun is much better regarded, and I have seen this, and I know that this part is pretty funny, so I'm going to assume it's the original. Okay. Harry, Homer, Lizzie, and Henry are the original names of the Edacious, I don't know what that word means, foursome in what game? First published in the late 1960s and introduced by Milton Bradley in 1978. Well, 4 game Milton Bradley H's. What does that sound like? Hungry, hippos. I think that's pretty solvable if you've ever played it before. Edacious maybe means hungry. Hard word for hungry. It's probably right. 6. Among the group of Australian outlaws that came to be known as bushrangers, almost read those bushrangers, what son of an Irish convict was the most famous by far? Well, okay, due to his daring and profligate horse stealing, bank robbing, and police killing. His turn at the gallows in Melbourne in 1880 at age 25 is considered the end of the bushranger era. Okay, well, if you ask me like who's the most famous Australian criminal, the answer is Ned Kelly. This is just one of these things that comes up. Australian criminal would be Pavlovian for him on Jeopardy. I'm sure he's come up on there a couple times. Does feel like something that people just know. So I'm left with thinking all these questions are fairly easy. The hardest are Ned Kelly, I think, and empanada, just because it's a food question and people don't always have tons of reasoning for food knowledge. What we're going to do to defend these, okay, I don't see anything that's definitively and supremely easier than Farmer in the Dell, so that's going to get our 0. That's very easy. We're also going to put 1s right away on Hungry Hippos. I don't know that I'm going to defend these identically for both players. I just am going to start that way. We'll see different ways of defending. This just helps me cut down on the options. Okay, so what I need to know, okay, we'll defend our friend first. Okay. Diana Tenry is an awesome trivia player. Her food drink score is like pretty good. It's among her better categories. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check her question history, partially to see. I believe that Diana does not know Spanish and wouldn't know that pan is Spanish for bread unless that frequently comes up in another context. I might be insanely off, but I don't believe she knows Spanish. I'm going to look at question history to maybe try to get some idea. And just to see, so I'm going to go to language actually for this one. Okay. We missed Leatherneck. She got apples and oranges. Okay. Just keep going. Spanish. German translation of Montaigne. Stuff. Quinoy, she knows. Not a lot of Spanish questions, huh? Like, relatively fewer. I know that there's, for the last couple of seasons, there were tons of French seasons. Like French was very popular. Okay. The question is, okay, well, if she knew Manzanas and Naranjas, maybe she knows pan. The problem is, I don't love any of these options for a 3 for her. She's going to know Tesla. She's in the area of, she's in corporate business and advertising. She's definitely going to, keep up with Elon Musk. That's going to be easy. The only mistake that someone might make there is not reading fully and saying Musk, who is technically an automaker, I suppose, because he owns an auto company. That's going to be interesting to see, but they aren't companies that share a distinction, nevertheless. And you know what? I feel like she's just so going to know Naked Gun, too. Maybe I'll actually move the 1 off of Hungry Hungry Hippos into there. This is an 80s film, and that is a strength of hers for sure. She wrote that John Hughes mini league. Certainly will have seen Naked Gun. It's like obvious to me. Okay, so that means Empanada has to get a 2 at least. Hippos has to get a 2, which I really sort of hate. I feel like we might just be tying here. And then I guess I'm going to go with the slightly canonical world history thing that might be the sort of thing that, people may or may not have picked up. That's kind of where I'm coming from with that. Like, if you don't file away that Ned Kelly keeps coming up as an Australian outlaw, which is really the only thing I know about him, you might not get that. But I'm sure this is the answer, because the most famous by far thing, clearly clues me into that. So this is what I'm happy with for Diana. No idea if that's going to go well. And then for Mark Lipton over here, who's another guy who, I've certainly known him a little bit through trivia circles, but I don't really know his strengths as well. I'm going to go to language for him as well to kind of take a look at whether he got, like, if he missed Manzanas y Naranjas, although naranja is a color, like, it's super easy, but, I'm just going to take a look at language to see if there's anything I can learn here. He got Manzanas y Naranjas right. Okay. Been here less long, less to look at. Food, drink. Okay. Did not know hugs. Otherwise, very good. Missed hamburger, the funny wording on hamburger. Eh. I mean, he's done really well on this stuff. He got a lote? Okay, well, if he got a lote, I feel like this is not a 3 for him. So we're going to put a 2 on Empanada for him as well. Business econ is 75%. Have to figure out what the likelihood is that he doesn't know that. His film is 688. Well, I certainly have to put a 2 there in view of that. Maybe not a 3. His world history is 88%. So I'm going to put a 2 there as well. I think by process of elimination, we're going to end up with a 3 on Elon Musk, which I sort of don't love, or on Tesla, which I sort of don't love. But I guess it's possible you wouldn't. You'd know Elon Musk is this guy, but might not know his company names. Really, what's going on here is I think all these questions are a little bit easy, or at least appear to be likely to be easy for my opponents. Part of the question I have is whether. Okay, I have assigned 3 2s as we are wont to do. I guess we'll back Naked Gun up to a 1. That's fine with me. Oh, his film score. No, we have to put a 2. We're going to put the 1. Sorry, we're going to put the 1 on Ned Kelly. Sorry for that. See, this is the sort of thing that can happen when you're making videos and You actually have to defend for real now instead of just kind of vaguely defending. And we'll go ahead and submit. I think all these are right. Okay. Armor Nadell, yes. Empanada, good. That was sorry. That was the only one where I was slightly concerned. Where I might have it might have been something else and it didn't occur to me. Naked Gun, good. It's not Naked Gun 2. Hungry Hungry Hippos, and Ned Kelly, sweet. So we got a 6 today. I think there's going to be a lot of those going around. There's nothing here that makes me go, ooh, that's hard. So I may even end up with 2 ties here. It'll be interesting to see. Anyway, thanks for coming back for the season. Hopefully the defense will be fun to watch, and we will enjoy ourselves. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.